Hey Miranda, how you doing? Okay, I want to address your writing first, of course. I want to talk about something that you mentioned in here. Thank you for including this. I'm so glad that you included this because I learned some things that I wouldn't have learned had you not been so detailed and complete in your writing. So thank you very much. One of the things you mentioned is that I made the badge a bit smaller so it wasn't too overwhelming. Okay, wait a second. Okay, I tried improving the ball, the gray ball. It didn't. I didn't take into account that not everyone would know what the game is. That's pertinent. That's relevant, and that's very true. I didn't know what the game was, and that's why I recommended that area right there. I don't know what it is. That's okay. You're gonna confront this all the time in your design career, where the audience looking at the work may not be familiar with what you're trying to communicate. In that, if that is the case, I mean, we've got what's called a target market, right? And that's great. We have target markets, and that's okay. We know how to use target markets. But if we have a piece okay, so for example, if you're designing for a group of people who may not know what something is, let them know what it is in your writing or via notes. You just allow the viewer a little bit of an introduction to what you're talking about. Don't be afraid to do that. I mean, just say, okay, this is the reason, this is the concept development, this is the approach, this is the visual demeanor, and the reason it looks like this is because of blah, 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 and the reason it has this, and this is, introduce it. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and I think that's important. I think it's really important for students to understand that, yes, you can communicate to a audience that may not be familiar with your subject, and if that is a possibility, do not hesitate to let that audience know via a written rationale exactly what is going on. So that said, let's jump to your work. Now, here's where this gets kind of sticky, all right? When I looked at this last week, I did not realize, as I said, I'm not familiar with the game, I'm not a gamer, and I'm not familiar with this game. That said, I did not realize that this is a logo, and I did not realize that this is a word mark. Okay, what does that mean? That means that this was not illustrated. I know you may have re-illustrated this, but it's based on something that is not your illustration, right? This is a logo. It's the Rocket League logo, right? And then the type is also the same type from Rocket League. So where does that leave us with the poster? Miranda, it leaves us right here. It leaves us that, I'm looking down, I guess one of my little dogs is kind of lurking around down there. It scared me a little. What the heck is that? Just my little dog. Anyway, so sorry about that. So anyways, as I was saying, the poster itself, we have a series of things that are placed, all right? Now, the problem is this is an illustration class. We have many techniques that we've learned in just the brief 3 weeks we've been in class, and I need to see those techniques being employed. Okay, so you can do a redesign of this, but basically, in essence, what we have here is we have placed type, we've got a placed logo, we've got these placed logos down here, and we have some type here. Where does that leave us with original illustration? Exactly. It doesn't. That's a problem. I wish I would have known. I truly apologize. I did not know this was an original work. So what we're trying to avoid here is placing illustrations and type that have already been created. Okay? This is an illustration class, which means we need to illustrate. Okay? For that reason, I recommend that you redesign this piece. Don't use their logo. Design your own. Don't use their type. Design your own. The rest is fine. But I highly recommend doing that. Otherwise, we just have a series of placed objects in the poster, right? We're not really showing any illustrative proficiency. I hope that makes sense. And I don't want to sound discouraging at all. I'm trying to encourage you to understanding, the best thing for you is to just keep practicing your original illustrations. That said, we don't want to do this, okay? So what I would recommend is redesigning the poster itself. If you need some extra time, I get it. I'm more than willing to do that for you. But I really think that it's important that you go ahead and let me know too. Let me know if you'd like to redesign this. If you need extra time, please let me know. Just shoot me a quick email or just let me know what you want to do here. Because I'd like a redesign. I would. I don't know if that's in the cards for you or not. I highly recommend that you redesign to meet the parameters of the learning objectives and the outcomes of this particular assignment. So let me know. Please shoot me an email. Let me know if you'll be redesigning. I can give you a couple extra days if you need that. But I think it would really help, A, your student portfolio when that time comes, B, your practice and your expertise in illustrative techniques. So, okay, let me know. All right. Thank you very much.